Hey guys, my name is Stu and this is part 4 of Isle Union, which is the 18th scenario in the VJ scenario pack. And of course we're playing this for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic. So I decided to chop this one up into different parts because of the length of the scenario. Just a quick recap. We need 2,800 guests in the park by the end of October, year 5. So a year takes around about 50 minutes to play. So I figured a 4.5 hour video will be a bit too long. So let's have a quick recap. Obviously, if you want to go back and watch them, that's all fine. But I mean, it's not like you've missed any important plot details. So when we came in, most of the paths were already done. I added a little bit of pathing here and there where I thought the guests might get lost and stuck. I've added kiosks, toilets, ATMs at major junctions, and then filled in adding rides. First of all, we started off putting down a lot of flat rides because they're cheap and cheerful, very quick to build, and guests like them. And then we've started building the coasters. So let's have a quick recap of the coasters that we've got for your benefit and also for my benefit, because it's been about a week since I recorded the last part. It's been quite a busy week. Okay, so probably the easiest way of doing that is by going into the profit section. So this one here is the first coaster, or one of the first coasters that we built, Flotsam. So this is a hyper coaster, but no, it's not a hyper coaster. It's a hyper twister. Yes, that's what they're called. I think that's what they're called. Yes, hyper twister. And then we've got a spiral coaster. We've got a Mobius launch twister here. So if the park was busy, or as the park gets busier, we are going to get some massive cash off this one. Whirlpool, which is a Virginia reel. So over here, I think that was probably the first one that we built, hence the number 1. And I've closed the window. So we've got a wooden wild mine train there. We've got, that's the spiral coaster. I think that's it. Oh, and what have we got over here? A junior coaster. Okay, so what we're doing now is, because we need a lot of guests, we're just going to be building some. There is one a few I missed as well. We've got a couple of looping coasters just there, variation on my classic design there. And also, where is it? I'm sure there was a compact inverted coaster. Is that what they're called? There you go, just over here. Compact inverted coaster. So it just comes out, drops down, a few corkscrews, and then back to the station. Guests loving it. So I think what I did last time was I reduced the price down, yeah, of all the coasters to £5 because we're making so much cash. I know it's called Rollercoaster Tycoon, not Rollercoaster Charity. But there's only so much money that you actually need. So as long as we've got enough to keep building, we'll be fine. We've got the green arrow next to the guest number, so that's increasing our guests, so that's good. But we do need to have more coasters and more rides, because at some point we are going to hit the maximum number of guests that the park thinks we should have. I also mentioned I'd clarify my garbled explanation of how the bonus system for the awards works. So there's a probability of guests spawning, and the awards give you a multiplier. So it multiplies it by 1.25. So, and each of them stack as well, and you can hold up to a maximum of 4 awards. So yeah, so they do help. They do help. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's just start building some coasters. So I don't want to be doubling up. Not for any real reason other than I just don't want to. Okay, so I think, how about here for a nice dive coaster? I'm going to split the stations for these. It helps as adding like an extra block section. what color have I got my paths? Let's have a quick recap. So we got yellow, right, and black. Okay, and the wood effect. All right, so let's do the queue line. Now, for these, I am making sure that I've got the queues longer than what I normally would have, because we need 2,800 guests. We are going to have, I mean, as long as everything goes okay, we are going to have a lot more guests in the park than normal. Now, this gets annoying the way it does that. So what I usually do now is I'll carry on doing that, and then I'll just delete it back, and then I'll go back to the normal one, and it's done. Let's put I'm going to assume I did those signs for the no entries. And whilst we're here, let's zone a mechanic and a handyman. Okay, unlocked another coaster as well. Nope, don't want one of them. Cool. Actually, I do want to have one more block break, 3 trains. Let's try that out. Cool. Check by age. What have we got? The last one built was, oh, so this one's 10. I can't spell. I can spell. I'm just pressing the wrong the wrong button on the screen. Okay. So let's do that to there. Grand opening, yay! Okay. So we're not doing any fancy scenery on this. I know I have done some on the other ones. But I don't think we're gonna have time. We need another 900 guests. So we are just gonna have to keep ramming the coasters out. Let's check the profits now. Okay, so I have all these are in the negative because I've got them down to free. Just so that if the guests run out of cash, they've got something that they can spend their money on, or they've got no money, or if they've got no money, they can't spend money, so they've got something they can go on. Okay, what else? What else? We haven't got a suspended coaster. Let's do the entrance first. That way then I am going to worry about it latching on to the exit. Yeah, let's bring it back to there. If we do get into the final year and we look like we're not going to get anywhere near the goal, I could always advertise. Oh, that feels like swearing, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. A nice long brake run there because these do have a tendency to pick up a lot of speed. One way to avoid it getting a lot of speed is don't have the chain lift going so high. Fine. Let's have it coming over this way instead then. I suppose there is always the danger when you're building things close together. Right, let's try and just join it from the back then, because I'm not having much luck joining it from the front. So I'm kind of counting on some of that momentum on this one. So I don't think I've got it going high enough. I've got it so that it won't be going fast enough to make it around. If it does, great. So I didn't need the brake run as long as it was in the end. I'm not looking for anything too fancy with these coasters. We're just not going to have time, I don't think. Come on, stats. Oh, in the end, decent stats. Yeah, my goal for the coasters is to have something cheap and cheerful, but slightly better than like we've just tried to cheese it. What were the stats on that? Again, great stats. Okay, so a nice long full queue line as well. So that's cool. Coming up to 2,000 guests. Multi-dimensional coaster. There you go. Just so it looks kind of even there. What are we going to do with this one then? Just wanted to see how far down we've got until the water there. No helixes on this one. It's a shame. What's happened? Oh, it's almost like it froze there. A little bit of a height difference due to it turning around, inverting, I mean. Now on these, as you're building, you can make it so that the chairs turn around, the seats turn around, but it doesn't do anything to the right stats, so it's not something I bother with. Will it make this first half loop or quarter loop, whichever it is? Just. So that should give it a little bit more speed. I don't know. I'm just I know they're not pronounced the same, but it's kind of like tangerine, but danger. Dangerine. Might be able to hear the dog in the background. He's downstairs barking. Um, sometime later this week, we're taking him to the vets. He's gonna have his nuts taken off, or however they do it. I don't know. Should make him less bitey. Cool. So good stats on that. $2,067. So we need just under 700 more guests. At this point, I'm starting to think we should be fine. Hmm. So a quick recap. How many water rides have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I accidentally doubled up on one by not realizing I'd already built one. So we've got 4. So we haven't got the submarine ride. So I'm going to build down from here because I think that should be, yeah, make it a bit easier. And then as long as I leave space, I'm probably being overly optimistic about how popular submarines will be, considering how unpopular the rest of the rides are. It's hard to see. What I wonder if there you go. Makes it a lot easier to see. Well, A lot easier. Slightly easier. And done. Yeah, so little Cheddar's going to be out of action for a while. So our adventures this week, we'll have to make the most of them. I mean, of course, I could go exploring on my own. It just kind of looks a bit weird. One of the advantages of a dog is that you can pretty much go anywhere, and no one questions it. And you know, if you're ever somewhere where you shouldn't be, you're just like, sorry, my dog ran off, and I've just got him back. Cool. So we've got 5 water rides now. We need 6 in order to be eligible for best water rides. Obviously, that would be the name of the water rides award. We've got the green arrow. We should be up to 2,200 at least by the time the green arrow goes away, maybe even higher. So that's cool. Have we got a spinning coaster? Don't think we have. There you go. Over here. Just want something quick and easy to build. Because it could be that we end up getting very close to the goal by the end of this year. If we can get up to over 2,300 by the end of this year, then we're only going to need 400 guests next year, which isn't a lot. And then maybe we can do something really cool. I don't know what I'm going to call it. How about this? And this would be number 13. 25 feet we're at. Okay, I don't want anything too steep. We just need a decent enough drop that it gives it a decent stats, that's all. And then 25 feet again, because obviously I have just looked, but just a little break at the end, just so it doesn't don't go too fast into that last bend. Change the colors. Did the wrong colors then. So I wanted to do like a light blue track, as if that's the sea. And then we can go bright with the actual cars or jellyfish in this example, or in this case. Guess numbers slowing down. Where's that stand-up coaster? I just saw it. Where it? Is it a weird? Oh, it's a stand-up twister. No, that's the twister. Stand-up twister. I'm sure I just saw stand-up coaster. Stand-up twister coaster. Okay. Not going to be anything complicated on this one. Let's do all the settings first. These are quite forgiving stats wise. Oh, we could. Oh. See, from this angle, it looks a lot closer, so I was thinking of having it. Oh, we still could. I was thinking of having it going through the corkscrews there, but why not? Litter. There you go. That looks better. Okay, so we got problems with litter. So I think what we'll do, and we got tons of cash. So let's just, and we're over, we got a bit of path there next to a bit of land. So that's a good spot to just dump a load of handymen. So that way they won't accidentally fall into the sea and drown. Yeah, it looks awkward from that angle, doesn't it? That bit of track. But it's hidden by the chain lift, so as long as we don't look at it from that angle or any of the other three angles, it's fine. What can we call this one? Oh, we've already named it. Cool. Right, let's get on with dumping a load of workers down here. I did say a load. And we are into October. Cool. So that will wrap it up for this part, almost. I think we've done all right. We only need another 500 and something guests. Call it 600. And what'll probably happen is we'll probably struggle to get up to the 2,800. But then once we pass through it, we'll probably end up getting loads more. Or we won't. Hold me to it. I don't know. They're loving it anyway. Let's have a quick look. We have got a lot of people leaving, so let's have a look. Irma? Why are you leaving, Irma? She's got no money. Spent all my money. But Irma, we've got lots of free rides. Maybe we need more free rides. These aren't making a lot of cash. Let's make them free. And the pirate ship. And why not this one as well? Because for every guest we can stop leaving, that's one guest that we don't need to come into the park in order to do the goal. Now the arrows, we got the arrow back. Cool. So that wraps it up for part 4 then. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in part 5. Bye.